Welcome, Rhonda here with Foods 101. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this strawberry pretzel dessert. Memorial Day weekend is coming up, giving you a heads up on a fantastic, delicious dessert that everyone loves. The ingredients you're going to need is 1 quart of fresh strawberries. I rinse these under really chilled water for about 30 seconds, shake off the excess water, and let them dry on paper towels. 2 cups of water that we're going to boil and add with a 6-ounce package of strawberry Jell-O. 1/2 cup of butter that we're going to melt. 2.5 cups of salted pretzels. 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. 3/4 cups of sugar that I've divided. I've got 1/4 cup for the crust and 1/2 cup for the cream-filled center. And you're going to need a 1 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip. I use the extra creamy. It really makes a difference on the creaminess of this dessert. First, we're going to boil the water in the microwave, or you can do it on the stovetop. In a medium bowl, while our water is beginning to boil, we're going to add all of our strawberry Jell-O. Make sure you get it all out of the package. Add 2 cups. I'll keep the steam away from the lid so you can see what's going on. And we're going to either stir or whisk our Jell-O in with our boiling water. Sit this off to the side while our Jell-O continues to dissolve and the water begins to cool down. To make the crust, we're going to add all 2.5 cups of our salted pretzels into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. You can either squish them with your hands like this, or to make it a little bit more simple, I use a rolling pin. And even if you really want to simplify it, you can put it in a food processor and blitz it until you get these tiny pieces of pretzel. This is the texture I like on my pretzels. You can make it as fine as you want or as chunky as you want. I like mine super fine. You can sit these off to the side. Cut your butter into cubes. And I do this while in the wrapper. You just turn it 1/4 of a turn. Cut it right down the center horizontally, and then you just start making cubes with your butter. I do this because it helps the butter melt a lot easier. Add all your butter into a 3-quart saucepan. Over medium-low heat, begin to melt your butter. While your butter is melting, add your 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Give this a little stirring so your sugar can start dissolving in with your butter. Give it about a minute until all your butter's melted. Add all of your pretzel crumbs. Stir this until the butter and sugar is well incorporated. That looks beautiful. Add to a 13 by 9-inch porcelain or glass baking dish. Smooth this around until we get an even layer. And just for fun, I'm going to take about a tablespoon and I'm going to put it in a 8-ounce mason jar, and I'm going to show you how we can also make them in these little mason jars. And we're going to pat it down here in our 13 by 9-inch pan. You got to work with it until you get a lovely thin layer. At this point, you want your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Both are off to that 350 degree preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 10 minutes. Use your timer and no peeking. Pretzel crust has baked and woo, it smells so yummy. And we're going to let this sit on a cooling rack, and we want this to cool down completely. And here's the one in the mason jar. You definitely want these cooled down to room temperature. Give it about 20 to 30 minutes. The pretzel crust has almost completely cooled. I'm taking my 8 ounces of cream cheese. I like cutting them into blocks because it's easier for it to mix. Add your sugar with the electric beater. You're going to beat this until it's nice and creamy. Straight down the sides of the bowl as you go. Now that it's looking like this, you see how lovely and creamy that is? That's what you're looking for. Add your entire 8-ounce tub of your Cool Whip. Slowly just start folding it in. You want to be sure to maintain the air, so we're just going to go around and work in the cream cheese with our lovely yummy whipping cream. This is going to be so delicious. Now that you don't see any Cool Whip streaks in your cream cheese mixture, it's time to add to the top of our pretzel crust. I'm going to start off with my mason jar. I'm taking a spoon and I'm going to put probably about 2 spoonfuls in here. And the reason I'm showing you how to do it in the mason jar is it's just an alternative way than making it in your 13 by 9 inch pan. And you can cover these and they travel super duper well in your ice chest. So there you've got your layer of pretzel crust and your cream cheese filling. Add it here on the top of our 13 by 9 inch dish. I'm doing 3 to 4 dollops. Create an even layer here on our pretzel crust. Work it in from corner to corner until you get an even layer. I've been pushing my cream cheese filling over here close to the sides of your pan, because when we add our strawberry and Jell-O topping, you don't want it seeping down into where your crust is, because you don't want your crust soggy. You want it nice and crunchy. That looks absolutely perfect. Now this is going to go in the refrigerator while I show you how to make the topping along with the mason jar. The Jell-O has completely cooled, and be sure not to stir it too much or it can really get frothy on you, and that's what you want to try to avoid. I've been removing the hull from my strawberry. I use a paring knife, and if you have a dark spot like that on the end, you can remove it. Go around, be very careful when working with a knife, the whole of your strawberry, and just pull it out. I like to cut them in quarters. If they're large, I may cut them in eighths, but I really like you to see the strawberries when you bite into your strawberry pretzel dessert. If you have a large strawberry, you can always cut it in half, and then you can make slices like this. Put it into your Jell-O. The Jell-O really preserves the strawberries and holds the texture and the color of your strawberries. Mainly if you want to let this sit overnight in your refrigerator and serve it the next day, you're going to have this beautiful strawberry dessert. I'm starting with my mason jar. I'm going to add a few strawberries here to the top along with the Jell-O. See, that's why you want your cream cheese filling to go all the way over to the edge so your Jell-O won't seep down to the bottom. Cover it with the mason jar lid, put it back in the refrigerator, and let it chill until our Jell-O sets up. I like to go around and really arrange the strawberries where it has the beautiful red side up. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but I'm just kind of wanting to do it. You do it your own way. Everybody has their own style and techniques about things. Look how beautiful that is. Now is the time to cover this. I cover it with plastic wrap. Make sure you don't get it down in the Jell-O part, and you're going to seal it really super well around the edges. This is off to the refrigerator for the next 5 hours or overnight, and I'm going to leave it overnight. Be careful when transporting it from the countertop to the refrigerator. Just took my strawberry pretzel dessert out of the refrigerator, and I want to show you how absolutely gorgeous that is. And oh my goodness, I can smell those strawberries and that Jell-O set up. I haven't forgotten about the mason jar. These travel perfectly in a cooler if you want to take them on a fishing trip or a beach trip. And you see there on the inside, it's set up. When you put the lid and the rim around the mason jar, it's going to keep it from getting water in it. So let's cut into this and see what it looks like. I like using a serrated knife. You see those little teeth there on the end? It'll give you a really super nice smooth cut. You want to cut all the way down into the bottom, and then we'll go like this. You can clean your knife in between cuts if you don't want to get any of your cream cheese or your whipping cream here on the top. With a spatula, I'm going to go in. That first piece is always so hard to get out. Oh my goodness, does that look fantastic? Gotta give it a try. Gotta get some of that strawberry on there. Cut right into it, and let's see what it tastes like. Fresh, that salty pretzel, that cream cheese, those fresh strawberries. You're in for a real treat. Look at those layers, those pretzel layers, and the saltiness with that cream cheese and those strawberries are absolutely delicious. I've got to show you what this looks like. So refreshing when you're nice and hot and outside away from your home. We've got that crust, that cream cheese filling, and that strawberry. Enjoy your strawberry pretzel dessert. I'm Deronda with Foods 101. Give me thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll catch you lovely people later.